Hi! So, I decided that my second video today, which I am back new and improved as you can see, I wanted to go ahead and wear some makeup for you guys. So, basically I wanted to talk about my Demi World Tour, which was amazing, by the way. I still can't believe that happened to me. But I did upload all the videos that I took at the concert. They just somehow ended up on another YouTube account that I had a long time ago. That was the only videos that I had. I don't know how that happened, but I will put my link to my favorite one in the link in the description box. Okay, so we went to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I live in Bristol, Tennessee, so you can kind of imagine it was a long drive to get to Hershey, Pennsylvania, but we just decided to make a little mini vacation, and we ended up going to the park the day after that of the concert and everything like that. But the day of the concert, I had to be there at 1 o'clock. Because I did the backstage tour as well as the meet and greet and the concert. But I had to be there at 1 o'clock. And Molly was the girl that was doing everything. So we met her at the venue, and we got to go backstage, and we started out the tour. We went to the seating area, you know, the big huge seating area, and I took a lot of pictures, and I'll include those in the video after I'm done. But there were we were at the top of the venue, and then we went down, and we actually got to stand on the stage. And I took pictures of myself on Demi's little spot, like her X that she comes up on the little elevator. I took my picture on that, and I took a picture of her microphone. I touched her microphone. And I took a picture of some of her songs that they had laid out on the stage. And then they had a little contest thing. And they had they were giving away drumsticks that she used on her last concert. Like they have the notches in them and everything. I think I put mine up just so it wouldn't get ruined. But what happened was she asked what was the first TV show that Demi was on. And a girl raised her hand, and she said, "Sunny with a Chance." And of course she got it wrong. And I raised my hand, and I said Barney and Friends, and I got the drumstick. So, and then they gave her away another one, to a girl, and they asked what the name of her skincare line was, but I just let someone else take it. But I got a drumstick that she used, which was amazing. And then we got to go backstage, and I actually, like, they showed her Soul Cycle that she did while she was on tour. And they showed her wardrobe, and we actually got to hold her jacket that she was wearing that night. Like, the one with the little metal plates on it. I was about to cry, just by holding her jacket. So, you can only imagine. And, after we did that, it was around 4 o'clock. I had to be back at, like, an hour later. So we just went and got something to eat, went to the hotel, and kind of freshened up. So, yeah, after we freshened up, I went back to the venue. My grandma didn't go. She had to wait for the concert to start, which didn't start till 7. And so I waited in line for the meet and greet. It took a while because I think Demi was doing an interview before she started her meet and greet. But it was amazing. So after that, after waiting in line, I saw a really cute little girl with her dad there, and talked to her. Made some friends. Still follow them on Instagram. When it was time to meet Demi, I don't even know how to do this without crying. But they take your bag and everything. You don't get to take anything with you. But like, I was crying in the line. Like, I was tearing up in the line before I even went in. So they open the curtain, and I go in, and Demi's standing there, and of course she's on vocal rest because it was like one of the last concerts of the tour, so she had to rest her voice before the concert. But she kind of mouthed, "How are you?" So she was like, and she was so cute. Oh, she was so little, because I'm like 5'10", she's 5'2", so yeah. That's why I wore flats to the concert. And I'll link, I'll insert some pictures of what I was wearing as well. But she was so cute. And I had plans to show her my tattoo, because I was wearing a leather skirt, and I could just lift my skirt up and show her, on my leg what my tattoo was, because it says "Stay Strong." But I literally couldn't think of anything. Like, I was just like pretty much starstruck. Sadly, I didn't ask for a pose or anything. But still, she was really sweet, and they after it happened, like they popped what do they call those? Those little party poppers that you pop and then confetti shoots out. The guys from there were popping them, and it was Halloween, so they gave us a little Twizzler after we were done, so it was pretty cool. And I don't know, it was just really great, and like you can tell in the picture I'm about to cry, but I was trying to hold it together as best as I could while I was while I was taking the picture. And when I took the picture, she put her arm around me, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's touching me. Like, I was, ugh. And then I walked out, and as soon as that curtain closed, I started bawling, like crying my eyes out. I almost forgot my bag, like my purse. So, I ended up walking up, and Molly, the girl that did the meet and greet, she walked up to me, and she's like, "Are you okay? Did she bite you?" I just thought that was hilarious. And I was like, I couldn't breathe. And like, as soon as that was over, my grandma texted me saying that she was there. So I walked out to the venue, like the stage part, whatever, and here I am crying my makeup off, and I go up to the tour people, because my ticket said that I was 9th row, is what it said I got, but I gave my ticket to the person, and they're like, "Oh, you're way up here," and I was like, what does that mean? And they take me up to the middle row, like the middle column, I guess. And they take me to the front row, and like, I can see my grandma sitting up there, and I'm like, what? And then we get up there, and she's like, my grandma's like, "We got front row," and I'm like, I start crying just because we're front row. And So they gave me a little bracelet. I still have the bracelet, by the way. I still have the bracelet. Oh, and by the way, they gave us a t-shirt and a bag and a poster with our meet and greet. Also, forgot to mention that. But I started crying. And I was like, what is this? And apparently what happened was we were in front of the catwalk. Like, the long part that she comes out of. We were at that part. And what we found out was, because of that, the row starts in row 9. Like, nobody in that row knew that they were front row. Which was insane. Because, I was on cloud 9. I was like, oh my gosh. And, what was funny was when I bought the tickets, my grandma was complaining, saying that she wouldn't be able to see. And whenever I got myself together and stopped crying and everything, I looked right at her and I was like, I bought the right tickets. What? It was really great though. Obviously. And we saw MKTO. They were really cute. And B. Miller. She was adorable. Christina Perro was really good, and she's a lot more bubbly than I would think she would be, considering what type of music she sings. But I loved her, and I love her tattoos, and she was great. Me and a lot of other people that were in the front row, we were, joining arms or something like this, and we were, rocking back and forth during one of her songs, and she looked at us and laughed. It was great. And then Demi came out, and her first song was Really Don't Care. It was amazing. And, I couldn't even believe what good videos I was getting because I was from her. And, I go through the concert, and I cry in some moments, and she talked about how her very, very first concert was in Hershey, and how her parents had to beg people to come to her concert. And she talked about how she knew that some of the people that were in the audience that night was in the audience on her first concert, and she was talking about how her Lobotics were so loyal. And I was like, oh my gosh. Her first concert was in Hershey, and I got to go to the Hershey concert now. Oh my god, it's amazing. And, during My Love's Like a Star, she sang to Wilmer. She FaceTimed Wilmer, and we went crazy. And then there was this part where she played piano, classically, and she was like, I just effed up. But I don't really care. Sometimes you just gotta say F it, you know what I mean? And I was like, yes. So, it was great. And during Warrior, she actually had the footage from Africa playing behind her. I thought that was really cool. But, when she sung Nightingale, she did the whole rising up on the big stand thing. I don't know what you call that. But what really made me cry was the Skyscraper performance. Of course, that always makes me cry because of the meaning that it has for me. If I had to pick an absolute favorite song by Demi Lovato, it would be Skyscraper. Because of the meaning and what it's done for me. Because of that, that is my favorite song. But she started singing, and I was already crying during the verses. But then the verse came on, and she walks from over here and comes right over to me, right in front of me, and starts singing in my direction through the bridge. And then I just started bawling more, and uncontrollable tears. I mean, I tear up thinking about it now. Like, I tear up anytime that I watch the video. Because, I mean, I honestly can't believe that that happened to me. But, so and then she moves over to this side, to the stage, and she's singing, and during the last chorus, and she points to me. And I'll put the link of that video up so you can see it, because it's Skyscraper and Give Your Heart a Break at the same time, but it'll show you what I mean. Like, I videotaped the whole thing, and it's insane. Like I said, I can't believe it happened to me, and everyone around me was like congratulating me, saying like, go celebrate or something. And then her last performance was Give Your Heart, well, no, after Skyscraper was Give Your Heart a Break, and then after Give Your Heart a Break, it was Neon Lights, because we all know she loves performing Neon Lights. So, or Neon Lights was the last performance, and she was so amazing and so grateful, and even though her voice was a little bit raspy, she still nailed the performances. That is the best concert I've ever been to, just because of the closeness and the amazingness and what happened and everything else. But my grandmother even enjoyed herself, and you know, she's not like a huge love addict, but she knows what she's done for me, so she likes her that way. And she enjoyed herself because she was like, in my 50-some years, I have never seen a front row concert, and I was like, yes, mission accomplished. I made my grandmother enjoy a Demi concert. But yeah, so it was a crazy experience. And I'm so glad I did it, because if I wouldn't have done that, then pretty much everything that made my year last year would have been gone. And by the way, all this happened on October 24th, 2014. So I'll never forget that date. And I have everything. I have my meet and greet ticket. I have my concert ticket. I have my bracelet. I have my merch, of course. And I also got one of her, like 2 of her Africa bracelets that she's a part of, that gives all the money back to Africa. They were $15 each, but really not a cent goes to her, and all of it goes to Africa. So I just thought it was a really great cause, and I got one of my best friends one, I got my mom one, and I got myself 2. So I really liked that. So, I think, I'm not sure where you can get them. I'm gonna research and see. Like, I know there's a store that you can get them, but I'm not sure. But, yeah. So, I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna add, some pictures in with it. So, I love you guys. Stay strong.